So we just came off a weekly Money Matters program, and the topic was how to handle your bank account right for savings. There we spoke about the fact that many persons open up a bank account, and when you open a bank account, you develop in a relationship with that bank. And for most of us, the entire adult life is spent with that same bank. Well, we had a question after all the discussion. We had a question in the chat asking, why would you need a new bank? And another part of that question was, and even if that was the case, how would you switch? The uh, question, I think, arises from the fact that we were saying that most of the banks would have similar, very competitive rates and very competitive offers and products and so. So I thought I'd just jump on and share a few opinions as to why one may need a new bank or may want to have a new bank at any point in time. And then just to dispel the thing that is very difficult to the myth that it's very difficult to switch banks or to have multiple bank relationships. So this one is having to do with personal choices, but it's related to how you handle your financial affairs and your money affairs for savings. That's what the topic really was, and that's what the question was asking too. So the truth of it is that because of that habit of starting and ending life with the same bank, in most countries, no more than more than 60% of the savings, the consumer savings, retail consumer savings, are in the hands of just 3, maybe to 5 big banks, and the remaining 40%, 30% is splintered around smaller banks. But be that as it may, if you are saying, yes, things are competitive and they're all the same, then there's no reason to change. But there might be some reason why you need a new bank. One of them might be that your bank is charging you monthly fees. These days, banks are gravitating towards not charging bank monthly fees at all. Banks, as you know, they in the service for profit as well. Banking is a business, banking business. So they are in the service, in the market to make money just the same. They are for our money's safekeeping, yes, but they are there to assist in the shareholders earning profits. And so what we find is that they charge fees, in addition to making their money on the spread between deposit rates and lending rates. They also charge fees, and some of these fees can be like nuisance fees, mosquitoes. Just you need to get rid of them, but they keep sounding in your ears, and then you live with them because they're around as long as they're not too heavy on you. And that's what happened with some of the fees and charges. They are so small that you only notice them if you are looking at a bigger picture, or if you are doing something that cause you to see it. Those who pay most fees are those who ask no questions about their accounts and the fees charged on their accounts. One of the frustrating fees that I know is the overdrawn fees, and this is where the bank actually completes a transaction if you didn't have enough money on your account. Yet, when you put back in the money, you have to put it back plus whatever fee they charge you, which might be $40, $80 in some cases. It can be as high as that. And the reason is that, they are actually charging to administer this overdrawn situation that you had. And the question is, you can opt out of that. But it is one of the fees that you find in the bank, and you may find that that might be a fee that you want to, to not charge for, not be charged for by opting out of it. But you may be charged monthly fees also. Monthly fees, I say, is like a maintenance fee, and it's completely not necessary to pay it at one bank if you know of a bank where it is not charged. And sometimes you find the bank will then tell you, you need to have a certain minimum and you will not be charged monthly fees. your situation may not permit that you are above the minimum all the time. So you may want to use a bank where that does not exist. So that might be one reason. Another reason is that you get charged to access your money. Yes. And, banks invent certain fees, they create certain fees in order to make sure that they prosper. But in this case, they would be prospering when you are trying to get your hands on your own money. Such fees are like, for example, the ATM fees. And banks that charge ATM fees, some of them, they say you have up to 3 or 5 free ATM transactions, and beyond that, you begin to have charges. Others say you have up to X amount of dollars, $500. Above $500, you pay 2% of the transaction, and the minimum amount must be $10 or $15 for that transaction. That is a charge. You are paying that money to access your own money. And so that might be a situation where you can find a bank who has an arrangement for, or an offer, a product for ATM fees being more than 5, maybe 10, 15 for the month. And that is convenient for you. But if your style of lifestyle, your style of banking, your style of using money is making the minimum or the ATM fee, there may be no free at all, then that might be a reason why you change bank. The privilege of getting your money is using the ATM, the debit card or the ATM card, or even the credit card is now coming with a fee to access that money. That might be a reason why you may want to change it. And so continue to pay that fee if you pay an ATM fees. It's like if you think about it, this is like if you pay for an email address when you could actually go to Google and get a Gmail address for free. So, you think of it in that way. That might be a reason why you want to switch banks, or maybe reduce the level of business you do with one bank and increase with another. You might find that you're making no money on your account. That might be a reason for you to switch. In your lifestyle, in your way of banking and saving, you may not have high rate products. So you may not want to do fixed deposits, or you don't want to buy other products of the bank. So you hope that at least you'll get some savings on your account. Generally speaking, the rates on savings account, those rates are not very high from bank to bank, but you may find that some banks may have a higher rate than others. What would you want to do to have a 0.02% on your savings, the money you have in your account, or to have a 3.5% savings on the money in your account? So if you know a bank which has a better savings rate, that is a good reason to switch as well. So you want to think of it in that way. Some banks have beyond a certain amount, you will begin to get interest. Under that amount, interest does not accrue. So, those sort of arrangements you want to know about, and because they might be reasons why you may want to change. Another reason you might want to switch banks is simply that the customer service is not good. If you find that in addition to the fees and the charges, maybe you don't mind them, but every time you walk into the bank, or when you make a call to the bank when something comes up, or if you want to facilitate a speedy transfer or so, you find that the customer service is not good, that's a reason to change. That's a good reason to change. If you find that every, year or every 2 years something is coming up, you don't get to know about it until you are slapped with a fee, or you try to do something and they tell you we no longer do that, then that is, not very good customer service. One of the ways you can check customer service is to look and see if you try to call the 1-800 number, or you try to call the regular PBX number, then you get to see how long it takes you to get a real human being. See how long it takes you to get to the point that you really want to get, the department, the section. See how long it takes you to resolve by phone the issue that you are testing to see if you can have addressed. So, that is another reason you may want to switch. The customer service is very poor. Another reason you may want to switch bank, and again, we in the area of convenience, because they're all safe, it's true. But you have convenience. You might find that the features that the bank offer you are not that great at all. For example, you may find that the online banking feature or the banking app is less user-friendly than playing a video game or than switching on your television. And these days, the banking services online are now as easy as, switching on Netflix. So what you want to do is to look to see if that is a problem. The features that you have are so outdated and old school that you had better find convenience somewhere else. So those are the things that you look at as reasons why you might want to switch, and of course, you can look different places when you want to switch banks. You can look to the brick and mortar, you can look to the bank that has a larger presence online, a larger mobile presence. You have online banks if you are in the diaspora. See, like in the US, you have banks like Ally, Discover, Capital One, just to name a few. So you want to really think about the options that you have and think about it well. You also have the credit unions. You can switch to credit unions that today are operating, but they are near banks. They are very close to banks. They have the same facilities such as cards and different types of savings accounts. They even have operating account options as well with credit unions these days. So you want to look at those options because they can indeed be alternatives where you have a very pricey bank or very poor customer service or very cumbersome online and card services and so forth. So you look for those options. And how easy is it to switch banks or to spread your service and spread your business and diversify by using more than one banks? Well, it's very easy. If it's online, if it is credit union, if it is another bank down the road, all you do, you walk in there, you open an account. You have the condition to open an account, which you had done already before, maybe years ago, and you use the same and you open an account. It's very, very easy. In a matter of a day or two, you can be switching over all your or some of your recurring payments at your old bank, now creating them at your new bank. It may cost an initiation fee, but that overall you are expecting to benefit from a lower fee going forward in the long term. So, those are some of the points I can make in response to the questions that came up to the Money Matters show. If you have not heard the Money Matters show as yet, you have not joined us, it is every Wednesday and it is 10:15 to 10:45 on Win Media FM 98.9. They're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, you find them on Twitter, also I think they're on Twitch. Those are the ones I'm certain of. And you have the Win Media, winfm.com, Win Media, skn.com, which is their website on which you can listen as well. The invitation is there. And if you have questions, my friend, any question that you'd like us to treat on Money Matters, please ask Money Matters. Send me an email, send the station an email, or you can just send me a WhatsApp, 869-669-6240. Thank you.